I have to say this. This is the problem I have with police officers, and no disrespect to you. Y'all don't ever want to point at someone else and say, you can't do your job well. Right. I can tell you right now, if I heard a radio personality get on the air and do something irresponsible, I'd go, that's a bad radio personality. Yes. He does a bad job. Yes. Police officers never want to say when y'all do a bad job. So, and that's the reason the public thinks all of you are bad. Because you won't ever call someone out and say they murdered someone in cold blood, it happened again. And until you guys start taking responsibility for your own, people in the street are going to be upset instead. So how about y'all lead the movement instead? How about instead of people rioting, police officers get out in front of it themselves, and you guys are the first ones on the front lines? That's what should happen. Instead of you struggling to say, well, I don't know, it could be, they murdered that man.
I kind of don't know how I want to start this video because I'm upset. And as well I should be. This week some unfortunate events happened. And just 24 hours shy, not even really, a 4th of July, which in itself really doesn't celebrate our independence. And when I say our independence, I mean our independence. But a man was shot and killed, murdered, if you will, by the name of Alton Sterling, and he was killed by the cops. And then 24 hours later, less than that, another man was killed by the name Fernando Castile. I think that's how you say his last name. And just when I was getting ready to be over, not over, but kind of just deal, so to speak, with the first shooting, a second one happens. And it really frustrated me, you know. And that scene that I just showed you guys, for those of you who don't know, is his name is Peter Rosenberg. He's a radio personality on Hot 97. He's one of the hosts of Ebro in the Morning, I believe it's called. I'm not crazy about Hot 97, but when I saw this clip, it really meant something that is really true and that needs to happen. So for those of you who haven't gotten around to see the videos or haven't maybe wanted to watch them, I'm not really going to get into the details of the video because, like I said, it made me very upset. When the first shooting happened with Alton, I have to say I was pretty outraged because I thought that we would have maybe come this a little bit closer to stopping the police brutality. You know, I thought we were almost there. You know, with the enlightenment, I thought maybe I had a little hope with Jesse Williams' speech at the BET Awards. I spoke about my last video, and I thought maybe it would stop, or at least I thought it would stop, to be honest with you. Maybe that's just me being a little too hopeful and giving America the benefit of the doubt. And then, you know, just when I'm kind of calmed down for the first one, I learned about the second one with Fernando. And the crazy thing about the way we were introduced to his shooting is his girlfriend was live chatting on Facebook of the video of what happened. And it's just like, it was just too much, you know, to be murdered for both of them, because both of them were murdered in front of a girlfriend or a wife and a child. And it's like, how, it's just really crazy. It's upsetting, it's outrageous, and I don't know what's to come. I'm scared for myself because they're not just killing black men anymore. They're killing black women. For those of you who forgot about Sandra Bland last year, they're killing black women as well. And they're killing children. I have a younger sister, I have cousins, I have men in my family, and I have, you know, male friends, black male friends that I'm afraid of. I mean, afraid for, not of, I'm afraid for. And I don't want to get a call one day and from somebody, from a loved one of my loved one, telling me that one of my friends has passed away from police brutality, one of my family members has passed away, murdered from police brutality, I don't want to get that phone call, you know. And it comes to a point where when is enough going to be enough? Before I started shooting, I was watching channel surfing, and I came across a speech that's going on. Basically, they're beefing up security for these riots because of what happened in Dallas. A couple of cops were shot. I believe 3 were murdered. So now they're beefing up security, which is just going to be more bloodshed. So for those of you who are protesting, please be safe. Please keep it safe. So this week I kind of just want to kind of like vent a little bit and kind of get my thoughts out there. Basically, what my issue is, the aftermath of it all. The cops from Alton shooting are on paid leave, or as my friend called it, a paid vacation, and which is crazy to me. That's crazy. Like, how do you get rewarded for murdering somebody? It's not like this man had a bomb, okay? It's not like this man had a machine gun and was shooting at everybody, and the only way you could kill him, the only way you could get him down was to get him down, okay? This man was selling CDs to provide for his family. He was known as the bootlegger. He is the bootlegger, and that's a hustle. That's been a hustle in the black community for as long as I can remember. Yeah, you could have arrested him for selling CDs or bootlegging, but I mean, all of that was really unnecessary. He claimed to be armed, but there was never any reaching for a gun. You know, he probably was reaching for his ID, but you didn't even give him that chance. You understand what I'm saying? And they're so quick to shoot a black man, but they have so much more respect for the white man. There's a video circulating of a white man just going like this with a gun, and they try to stop him, calm him down. They don't try to apprehend him or anything like that. But clearly this man was just trying to make his money the best way he knew how to provide for his family. He has 5 kids, I believe, Alton had. And like, you have to, it's just unnecessary, the measures they go through. So, you know, and it's horrific to see this, and to see somebody, to see your father, to see your husband murdered in cold blood right in front of you. My heart really goes out to those family, because let me tell you something. The way I was mad and angry and emotional behind it, I can only imagine how the family was. And it's just gotten really out of hand, you know. And I didn't realize how many were killed until last night. Today is July 8th. Yes, today is Friday, July 8th. So last night, Beyonce on her tour, she sang Freedom a cappella, and she had a list of all the people that were murdered. Well, the ones that we could get, because it said at the end, it said, and so much more. I didn't realize how many until I saw that, and I was overwhelmed when I saw the list. The list was huge, and it was just too many names. It really upset me. So after, you know, kind of calming down from Alton, I hear about Fernando, and I see it all over my timeline, and I see the video of the girlfriend, you know, watching her loved ones slip away. And to be honest, she was way too calm. I couldn't be that calm. That's my boyfriend, and that's the father of my child. I couldn't be that calm. I can't tell you what I would do in a situation. I know, like, off the bat, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go and kill the cop. But then it's like, what good am I to my daughter if I'm dead too? So you have to be rational with the police now. And it's gotten to a point where it's like, you know, with the whole Lives Matter hashtags, you know, there's Black Lives Matter, there's All Lives Matter, there's Blue Lives Matter, there's yellow, green, purple. My issue is, when everything happened in Orlando, everybody was willing to, you know, put up a rainbow, you know, on the monuments of the world, and, you know, all this unity came about. But then a couple weeks later, you know, we deal with a black guy being murdered, and everybody but the black community is just like, well, not gonna say that there's a few people who aren't black that have, you know, there's been a couple of rallies, and not rallies, I'll say protests. There's been a couple of protests since then. My whole thing is, when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not saying that other lives don't matter, but at the situation at hand, it's Black Lives Matter, you know, and people are saying, oh, well, what about black on black crime, and what about, oh, all lives matter, and it's just like, but the situation at hand, are black men being killed as of this week. I just feel that people of other races don't understand. You know, it's hard to talk about these things at work. It's hard to talk about these things with other races because I don't think they understand. Certain races might, because it's not like they're just killing black people, but it's more televised that they're killing black people. And, you know, what angers me the most about it is that when they shoot them, they want to put out these records that they've had to make the killing justifiable. They said that Alton had a record. He was apparently a pedophile. He was not a pedophile. He was, I think, between the ages of 18 and 21 and was dating a girl from the age of 16 to 18. And they said it was statutory rape, allegedly. It's just that, why is it that when, you know, somebody gets killed, we try to justify it with their record? Now, from what I'm reading, Fernando actually doesn't have a record. This man was a well-respected man in his community. He was in the school system. So where's his record? Why did we kill him? Just because he was reaching for his ID, which the officer asked him for. So how are you going to ask somebody to get their wallet and then you end up shooting them because of that? That's crazy. So, you know, back to the Lives Matter, you know, now they're having Blue Lives Matter. And to be honest, this is my situation with the police. It's hard for me not to say fuck the police when originally the police are there to protect us and to keep us safe, supposedly, right? But it's hard for me to believe that if they're the ones killing us. Now, I'm not saying it's all cops. There are some good cops out there, but, you know, a pound of bad apples make it bad for the tree. I can't even say a couple bad apples because it's a pound of bad apples. They make it bad for the tree. You know, just like how you guys tell us, you know, you guys stereotype black people all the time. We're stereotyped for everything. You know, if one person does something, we're all that way. If one person's a thug, we're all a thug. If one woman's a mad black woman, we're all a mad black woman. So it just comes to a point where, yeah, I have to put all you cops in one category. There's no choice for me. You know, and there are a couple of cops out there that have spoke up and said, you know, I don't agree, and this is crazy. You know, they've had their thoughts about it, and so it's just really, it's hectic and it's crazy, and I'm scared for my loved ones. And today I actually got a message from Diamond, shout out to Diamond, because when she messaged me, it really made me think, like, this is what we have to do now. But Diamond IM'd me on Facebook and said, you know, be safe out there. And that's crazy that you can't end the conversation with bye or see you later. You have to tell your loved ones that you love them every 5 minutes, because you never know when's that last time you're going to be able to tell them that, you know. It's really not promised for us anymore, you know. And the last thing I want to touch on before I go, where's all the wives of black men that love to rip our culture and take it from us, but, you know, they aren't here when the shit goes down. Like, it's cute. It's really fun being black until it's time to be black. Where's the Kardashians? I've heard a comment from Kanye, but not his wife. You know, these are women who are known to jack black women of their culture, but when it's time to get down and be black, they're nowhere to be found, you know. And this is what Amanda Steinberg and Zendaya and Jesse were talking about. You know, they talk about this, and, you know, they talk about this type of thing all the time, which is black appropriation. I'm not going to get into the whole thing of that because that's another topic, and I'll get into that at a later date. But, you know, I'm really outraged. I had to calm down. You know, I had planned to put out a video sooner, but I had to calm down first, because I was really upset, and I didn't want to be, like, completely angry. I wanted to be somewhat rational about the situation and kind of be calm and collected. You know, I don't want to bring any anger, any, you know, I mean, we already have bad vibes, but I don't want to bring even more bad vibes to my people. I kind of want to lift us up and we need unity right now. You know, that's what we need. We need unity. We need to, you know, the cops are teamed up and doing things their way. We have to team up and try to, you know, diffuse the situation. It's going to be extremely difficult, but the reality of it is that's what we have to do. I want to tell everybody that's watching, I love you. Stay safe this summer. Stay cool this summer. And just be completely safe. Like, if just anything that you think might involve the cops, just try and stay away from it, please. Just be safe. I love you, and I hope to see you soon. Where is it okay to be black?